Page 98. Question 7. In what terms Macbeth is glorified as hero? Answer. Macbeth is called brave, within quotes, Macbeth, valor's minion, valiant cousin, eagle among sparrows, lion among hare, Bellona's bridegroom, noble Macbeth. He distinguished himself as a brave captain who won 2 battles and thus saved Scotland from disaster. Question 8. How does the bleeding captain report to the king the latest development of the battle? Answer. The bleeding captain reports that fortune at the beginning smiled on wicked MacDonald, the rebel, but later Macbeth, who is the favourite of valour, faced the rebel with sword smearing with blood and cut open him from the navel to the face. But as soon as MacDonald was curbed, the Norwegian king with fresh army attacked Macbeth, but Macbeth also defeated the Norwegian army. Question 9. Did the revolt of MacDonald and the attack of Norwegian king take place on the same day in history? If not, why did Shakespeare make them succeed one another? Answer. In history, the revolt of MacDonald and the attack of Norwegian king were separate events that took place at different times, but Shakespeare clubs them together for dramatic economy and for highlighting the heroism of Macbeth. Question 10. Do you notice any differences in the reports about the battles given by the bleeding captain and by Ross? Answer. The report of the bleeding captain is emotional, and so the poetry is gorgeous. His report is based on imagination. He fought in one post, and so he could not see all the battles, but is full of praise for the courage of Macbeth. The report of Ross is based on observation and has a note of authenticity. He gives the news of the faithlessness of Calcutta. The language is precise and accurate, the language of the courtier. Question 11. What is the name of Norwegian king? What does he do after his defeat by Macbeth? Answer. The name of the Norwegian king is Sweno, S-W-E-N-O. He craves terms of peace. Ross would not permit him to bury his men till he had given them $10,000 for the coffers of the state. Question 12. What is the significance of the Calcutta episode? Answer. The Thane of Calcutta, on whom Duncan placed trust, has betrayed him and rebelled against him. This shows how Duncan is deceived. It anticipates deception of Duncan by Macbeth. Question 13. Quote, what he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won. Unquote. Who says this? Who has lost what and what has won? Answer. Duncan says this. The Thane of Calcutta has lost his title of the Thane, and Duncan has conferred on Macbeth the title in recognition of his heroism in the battles. Question 14. Who addresses the witches first? Why does Macbeth fail to see the witches first? Answer. Banquo sees the witches first and addresses them. Macbeth is occupied with the thoughts of his glories in the battle, and so he did not see the witches. Page 99. He speaks about the foul and fair day. The day is foul because the weather is bad, and it is fair because Macbeth wins glories. Question 15. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. Who speaks the line? Do the words echo any words heard earlier? Is there any significance in the two words? Answer. Macbeth speaks the line. The words fair and foul echo the words of the witches. Fair is foul, foul fair. Within quotes. This suggests the spiritual kinship between the witches, who are the embodiments of evil forces, and Macbeth, whose mind is invaded by the evil thoughts. Question 16. How does Banquo take the words of the witches? Answer. Banquo dismisses the witches as instruments of darkness, who tells us truths, wins us with honest trifles, and betrays us in deepest consequences. He is light-hearted at first. Question 17. What is the reaction of Macbeth to the prophecies of the witches? What is the reason of his reaction? Answer. Macbeth is startled on hearing the prophecies of the witches. The prophecies touch the ambitious thoughts of Macbeth. His glorious victories have excited his ambition of becoming the king. This is latent in him. Question 18. Stay, you imperfect speakers. Who orders whom? Who are imperfect speakers? Why are they so called? Answer. Macbeth orders the witches to stay. The witches are imperfect speakers because they have not explained what they have predicted. Macbeth cannot understand how he can be the Thane of Cawdor and how he can be the King of Scotland. Question 19. Happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. What are the prologues? What is the imperial theme? From where the image is taken? Answer. Macbeth is hailed by the witches as the Thane of Glamis, the Thane of Cawdor, and the king hereafter. By Sinel's death, Macbeth has been the Thane of Glamis. Ross informs Macbeth that he has been appointed the Thane of Cawdor because the Thane of Cawdor has proved faithless, and the king has sentenced him to death. The king has invested him with the title. Thus, two prophecies of the witches have proved true. These two truths are prologues, which mean in a drama introductions to the action, which in Macbeth's case swells into the theme of becoming the king. The image is taken from drama. A drama has prologue, crisis or climax, and catastrophe or conclusion. For Macbeth, the two truths, his becoming the Thane of Glamis and the Thane of Cawdor, are prologues. He hopes that the prologues will swell to a crisis resulting in his attainment of kingship. Question 20. Why do I yield to that suggestion? What suggestion is referred to? What is the effect of this yielding? Answer. Macbeth considers the good and evil of the prophecies of the witches. The prophecies have commenced in truths, so they cannot be called evil, but Macbeth yields to the temptation. Suggestion means the temptation to win the crown of Scotland. The terrible imagination causes his hair to stand on end and makes his fixed heart come out its right position and strike at his ribs. This is unnatural. The thought of murder is fanciful, but his power of action is lost in imagination. His weak state suffers an insurrection. Page 100. Question 21. How does Banquo explain the rapt condition of Macbeth to Ross and Angus? What is the imagery used here? Answer. Macbeth is rapt at the thought of the witches and does not talk with Ross and Angus, who have come with good news for Macbeth. Banquo explains his conduct by saying that he has been invested with new honours, the title of Cawdor and praises. He wants to wear the honours, that is, enjoy them. but they are new and do not fit the body. They seem too big. However, they would be all right with the regular use. Macbeth now finds it difficult to adjust himself to the new honours. Question 22. Quote, he died as one that had been studied in his death. Ellipsis, unquote. About whom is this said? How is his dead? About whom is this said? How is his death compared with his life? Has it any significance in the total pattern of the drama? Answer. This is said about the Thane of Gordor. The Thane of Gordor played false with the king, joined the king of Norway, and laboured in the country's wreck. But in his death he confessed his his sin, and expressed his deep repentance. He thus gave a better account of himself on the eve of his death than he had done before in his life. His life was one of sin and shame, but his death was honourable. He died as if life had no meaning for him. Thus he cultivated the art of dying. This Gordor episode has significance because it anticipates Macbeth's act of ingratitude and faithlessness and his later despair and repentance. Question 23. There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. Who says it? What does it mean? What is the significance of the line? Answer. Duncan says this. He means that face is not the index of the mind. One may smile and be a villain. This remark by Duncan has dramatic significance. This is ironical. Duncan will put trust in Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and will be deceived by them. Question 24. Quote, it is a peerless kinsman. Unquote. Who says this and of whom? What makes the speaker say this? Why does he use it? Is the remark shot with irony? Answer. Duncan says this about Macbeth. Macbeth goes out to give to his wife the news of the king's visit to his castle. Duncan is taken in by his haste and care. He is pleased with the praises about Macbeth. He enjoys his praises just as one enjoys feast. He says to Banquo that Macbeth is a king without a parallel. There is a touch of loving familiarity in the word it. The remark is shot with irony because Duncan does not know the workings of Macbeth's mind. He thinks of murdering Duncan. Duncan's declaration that his eldest son Malcolm will be his heir apparent aggravates his temptation. But his yielding to the temptation of murder is followed by his qualms of conscience. He addresses the stars to hide their fires. He says that the eye will not see what the hand does. The audience know Macbeth's thinking at the moment, but Duncan is unaware. This contrast produces the irony of the situation. Question 25. I have begun to plant thee. Who says this and to whom? What does he mean by plant? Answer. This is said by Duncan to Macbeth. He is highly pleased with Macbeth's magnificent performances in the battles. He welcomes him and wishes to make him prosperous. He would rear him like a plant. The metaphor is taken from gardening. Question 26. What effect does Duncan's announcement of nominating Malcolm as his successor produce on Macbeth? Account for his reaction. Answer. Duncan's announcement of nominating Malcolm, his eldest son, as his successor makes Macbeth uneasy. He has a latent expectation that he may be nominated the successor of Duncan. That is, the crown of Scotland was not hereditary. He has the ambition of kingship. Page 101. Question 27. Quote, "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall." Unquote. Who says these words and to whom are these addressed? What do milk, gall signify? What characteristic of the woman is revealed here? Answer. Lady Macbeth says these words in her prayer to the murdering ministers. She makes an appeal to them to come to her breasts and turn her motherly feeling into poisonous feelings of a serpent. Milk within quotes suggests the soft, tender feelings of a woman, and gall suggests poisonous feelings of a snake. Lady Macbeth wants her womanly feelings smothered so that she can do the cruel act. She is conscious of her essential womanliness. She is not devilish or impish by nature. She does violence to her feminine instincts. Question 28. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. Who says and to whom? Why does the speaker make this advice to the person? What does this advice signify? Answer. This is said by Lady Macbeth to Macbeth. Lady Macbeth gives this advice to Macbeth because she finds him nervous and agitated. Within brackets, your face is a book where men may read strange matters, brackets closed. This advice signifies that Macbeth will deceive the men by suiting his look to the occasion. He will show welcome through his eye, hand, and tongue. He will look like the innocent, beautiful flower and be the serpent under it. His face will be beautiful. Milk suggests the soft, tender feelings of a woman, and gall suggests poisonous feelings of a snake. Lady Macbeth wants her womanly feelings smothered so that she can do the cruel act. She is conscious of her essential womanliness. She is not devilish or impish by nature. She does violence to her feminine instincts. Question 28. Quote, "Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it." Unquote. Who says and to whom? Why does the speaker makes this advice to the person? What does this advice signify? Answer. This is said by Lady Macbeth to Macbeth. Lady Macbeth gives this advice to Macbeth because she finds him nervous and agitated. Your face is a book where men may read strange matters. This advice signifies that Macbeth will deceive the men by suiting his look to the occasion. He will show welcome through his eye, hand, and tongue. He will look like the innocent, beautiful flower and be the serpent under it. His face will be beautiful, but his heart will be ugly and spiteful. He will hide his heart under a false face. In short, he will be a hypocrite. Lady Macbeth wants Macbeth to do nothing but to put on a good face, so that his face does not betray the heart. But a serpent also stings, so he will not be completely passive. Question 29. Quote, "He that's coming must be provided for." Unquote. What does the speaker mean by this statement? What does the speaker expect from this action? Does it show her sagacity or simplicity? Answer. Lady Macbeth asks Macbeth to beguile the men and bear welcome with hand and eye for the man who comes here, that means to their castle. She means that Duncan the king comes to their castle that night, and he must be provided for. Literally, it means that the guest must be provided with food and shelter, but, quote, "provided for," unquote, is euphemistic for, quote, "done away with," unquote, that is, killed. She means that Duncan must be killed. Lady Macbeth expects that by killing Duncan that night they will ensure for them absolute power and complete mastery for all day and nights. Indeed, Lady Macbeth is simple-minded. She is blind to the consequences. Her imagination is limited and she cannot foresee the wider implications of a murder, and especially the murder of a king. Question 30. Quote, "And the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your dignities." Unquote. Who says these words and to whom? What are the late dignities and how are they heaped to others? Finally, bring out the meaning of the line, "Rest your hermits." Answer. Lady Macbeth says these words to Duncan. Duncan has come to the castle of Macbeth and thus has given them troubles. But these are troubles of love. God rewards us for the pains that we take for extending hospitality to the guests. Page 102. Lady Macbeth replies that they are his subjects and are bound to offer him service. Even if their troubles are repeated, they would appear insignificant when they are compared with the honours that Duncan has heaped on them. The recent dignities within quotes mean the honours of bestowing on Macbeth the title of the Thane of Cawdor and the royal visit to their castle. The king has bestowed on them honours in the past. For all these, they will remain bound to pray for the long life of the king. Hermits are beadsmen who pray for the long life of men. Hermits are desert dwellers. Question 31. Upon the bank and shoal of time, we would jump the life to come. What is the meaning of bank and shoal of time? What image is suggested here? What is meant by jump the life to come? Answer. Bank and shoal of time means the present time. Eternal time is compared to sea. The present time is only a period in the eternity of time. Jump the life to come means future life. Macbeth is ready to risk what happens to the soul after death for the sake of the present enjoyment. He says that if murder is finished with the committing of the murder, then he can risk his soul after death. He fears retribution for his deed while he lives. Question 32. Vaulting ambition which overleaps itself and falls on the other. Bring out the image in the line. Answer. Ambition is compared to a reckless rider. A reckless rider jumps on the saddle and misses it and then falls down on the other side. Similarly, ambitious men overreach themselves and suffer the tragedy. Inordinate ambition will lead to his disaster. Question 33. Quote, "What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to you?" Unquote. To whom is it said? Why is the person called a beast? What enterprise is referred to? Did he really break the enterprise? Answer. This is said to Macbeth by Lady Macbeth. He is called a beast because Macbeth has said that he has the courage to do what may become a man. Lady Macbeth satirically says that in that case he was a beast when he gave him the news of murdering Duncan. Indeed, Macbeth never intimated to Lady Macbeth any such action. He never told Lady Macbeth that he wanted to kill Duncan. In his letter that Lady Macbeth reads, he says about the predictions of the witches, many editors suggest the omission or cut of a scene between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. Such suggestions are unwarranted. Lady Macbeth, with her sagacity, can read the mind of Macbeth. Question 34. I am settled. Who says this and to whom is the person settled? Who says this and to what is the person settled? How does he come to this settlement? Answer. Macbeth says this. He is settled to the terrible fear of murdering Duncan. Macbeth has a good deal of hesitation and recoiling. He considers the practical and moral aspects of murder and decides not to proceed to the business. Lady Macbeth then taunts and reproaches him. She charges him with cowardice. She points out to him the sanctity of pledge. She then gives a practical scheme of murder and of how they will pass on the guilt of murder to the chamberlains. Macbeth is impressed by the plan and resolves on the murder. Macbeth is ambitious and covetous of the crown, but his conscience deters him from the murder. The powerful rhetoric of Lady Macbeth wins him over. Macbeth, however, commits the murder of Duncan in a trance, as it were.